It is time for another thrift versus retail video. I'm going back to the Free People department at a local department store, and I'm going to see if I can find 3 outfits that I can then regretfully pass on and spend $0, then come home into my thrifted and secondhand closet and see if I can recreate those 3 looks for no money whatsoever. So I'm really excited about this. I may be able to do some upcycles in this video. We'll see what happens. We'll see what we can find. It is such a great way to get some really good inspiration. So let's head on out to Free People. Hi, I'm Janine. Thrifting and shopping secondhand has been a part of my life for the last 15 years, and I've been able to curate the wardrobe of my dreams over the years, as well as decorate my home by shopping at thrift stores, garage sales, consignment shops, the Goodwill outlet, and Facebook Marketplace. If you like secondhand outfit inspiration, upcycling, thrift flips, and home decor ideas, just keep watching to see Jane Thrift. All right, for my first piece, I'm going to pick out this white little skirt, and it is $98. I think that's a perfect little summer staple. Now I just need to find a top to go along with it. I am really inspired by this look. I love the belt, the coral top, and the denim and the hat too. I think I am going to do more of a long jean version for this, but I definitely want to try this one out. Here is that same top that is on the mannequin. Love this color so much. It's $148. Now I just need to find some bottoms. I don't think I'll be able to do the belt in the try-on, but love this piece. Just looking through these jeans, and here are some barrel jeans that I think would look so good with this top, and then also add the belt with that. So those are cute. Let's see, how much are these? These are $98. So it's coming together. All right, I haven't completed the first first outfits, but I spotted this piece on the sale rack. It is originally $148, on sale for $88. This is so cute. It's like a needlepoint print. I love the bows down the front. All right, I've got 3 options. Now I need to just finish out these outfits. All right, for the white skirt, I found this adorable little striped knit tank top. Has the tie bows here at the shoulder and just a really slouchy fit. This is $78. Now I just need to, actually, you know what? I think I may do double duty and put these jeans with this blue printed top as well. Actually, I think this is a mini dress, but I like wearing these as tunic tops. So let's head on into the fitting room. Made it to the fitting room and it's really windy outside. And I just now realized that my hair was all a mess for the first part of the video. So I'm gonna go ahead and try all of these looks on. Very excited. Here is the first look with this white full skirt and this knit tank top. Kind of a nautical nod to this outfit. Really cute. I love the fullness of the skirt. Really nice knee length, which I enjoy. And I also like the cut of this tank top. Really cute and makes for a really cute summery look. I have a few ideas of what I'm going to do to recreate this for $0 from items in my closet, and also I think something that I'm going to upcycle. So, yay! All right, here's look number 2. I have to say, this looks very clown-like at the moment because of the big pants, the big barrel pants, and then the voluminous top. But I think styled right with the belt, and I think some jeans that I have that will work with this. I think this is gonna look really, really cute. This is just some great inspiration. Here is look number 3. The blue on this top is so gorgeous, paired with the orange complementary bows here and the trim. This is my hard piece that I'm gonna have to leave behind. I really like this with the barrel jeans. Actually, it's again very dramatic, very voluminous, but I have a few ideas in my head of how I'm gonna recreate this for $0 from things from my own closet. So we'll see how it goes. Now that I've had my in-store experience looking at the Free People items, I have 3 different outfits that I'm going to take now into my thrifted and secondhand closet and see what I can come up with and see if they can come anywhere close. I do have to say, when you're taking a piece that you are inspired by, especially a whole outfit, there are several ways that you can go about doing it. You can go by color, you can go by shape, or you can just go by the overall feeling and aesthetic of the outfit. It doesn't have to be like a direct interpretation. You can pick and choose certain qualities about a garment that you really enjoyed and really hone in on that certain item and then be able to recreate it your own for $0. Outfit number 1 was that nautical inspired look with the knee length, really full white skirt, and then on the top had that striped knit top with the very skinny straps, and it came down really low on the sides. So I do not have a knee length white skirt. I have been looking for one, but I have an idea of doing an upcycle on something. I, a little bit ago, showed a dress, a white eyelet dress in a bag sale haul that I got, and I have yet to wear this dress. And I know some of you are going to be like, what? What are you going to do? But this is what I think I'm going to do. I am going to actually do this. I'm going to convert this dress into 2 pieces. I'm going to make a skirt out of the bottom portion, and then in another video later on, I'm going to do a top out of this top portion. So that's what I'm going to do for the skirt. And then for the top, I'm actually going to go with the top that I wore that day to Free People. And it is this knit top that has the nautical print on there, has this very similar shape with the very low armhole. It doesn't have the ties, but that's not something that I was particularly drawn to. I actually prefer this nautical print over the stripes. So let's go create that skirt and then the outfit. This dress has a waist seam, and to separate these two, I am going to make a mark 3.5 inches down from that seam, and I'm just going to place a mark along that line here so then I can go back and make cuts along that line. But first, for the skirt, what I want to do, because this dress does have a lining and pockets as well, and it falls like right in between that 3.5 inch mark. So after I make this mark here, I'm actually going to sew just a simple straight stitch right below this line, because this is going to be my cut line. That way it will attach the eyelet lace to the lining, so then when I go to create my skirt, I don't have to be doing any adjustments with that. I went ahead and did my stitch line right underneath the marking line that I have here, and all I did was line up the left side of my presser foot on the line that I'm going to cut on. So I'm going to go ahead and be able to cut all the way around on that marking line. Now that the skirt is separated from the top, I can take this and I'm going to create a pocket, because I'm going to create a drawstring waistband. Now I have a raw edge here at the top, and what I'm going to do is take this to my sewing machine and fold this over on the inside about 1/4 inch, and I'm going to sew that down, and then my next step will be to create the pocket for the drawstring. This is now the top of the skirt. You can see how wide that is, and all of that is going to be taken in when I create the drawstring. So I'll have a really nice full skirt, just what I'm looking for this project and for my outfits for the future too, not just this one. Especially with the second tier on this, it's going to be really voluminous. I love that. Now the hem is now finished here, and to create the pocket for the drawstring, all I'm going to do is fold over this one more time, 1 inch over. But before I do that, what I want to do is create here on the side a buttonhole here on this side of the side seam and on this side of the side seam. So then the drawstring, this is over and the drawstring is through that little pocket, it will have a place for it to come out on both sides, and then for me to tie it here on the side. So I'm first going to create those 2 buttonholes here on the sides on my sewing machine. Now I have the pocket sewn here on the top hem, all nice and clean on the inside, and I have my 2 buttonholes here on the side where I'm going to be able to feed the drawstring through. So now it's time to create the drawstring to actually install in this. To create the drawstring, I just cut a piece of white fabric from a project that I already had done. I think it was from a bed skirt. It was from like the interior of a bed skirt. So it's essentially like a bed sheet. I did it 2 inches wide and just the length that I felt was appropriate for my waist. So what I'm going to do is iron this, have the two sides come in and meet in the middle. So I'm going to iron down those two sides that meet in the middle with the raw edges, making it an inch wide. Now I have that all ironed down, and I'm going to fold it in half, totally getting rid of all those raw edges and then ironing that down as well. Now I have that all ironed down, and I'm going to take this to my machine and sew it on this open side and just sew it all the way down as close to the edge as possible. Now I've got the drawstring all sewn together and it is ready to install into the skirt. All I'm going to do is take a safety pin and pin it onto the end of the drawstring and then fit it into the buttonhole here on the side. And this might take a little bit of time, but I'm going to fish it all the way through. I've got my drawstring all in, and you can see how it just made a really nice gather up here at the top. And I've got a bow here on the side. Now all I have to do is try this on. I am so excited. Here is the skirt with the knit top. I love the length of it. I love the color and I love the fullness of it. That's exactly what I loved about the original skirt. And I love the nautical feel of the top, and then the combination of them is just so exquisite. Now I'm going to go ahead and style this look up. Oh, this is so cute. I wasn't sure what this was going to turn out like. And I love this with just the few little additions of some accessories. I have these Madewell platform sandals here that are so cute. I love the leather on them. They kind of add to that nautical touch. I got these at a consignment shop years ago. I am also adding a wood bead necklace. It has some stripes in some of the beads. So I love that. That's kind of introducing that stripe element that was in the original tank top, and also these stripes in this vintage jute bag. I got this at the Goodwill outlet. I got this at an estate sale. So all together, this is a very adorable little nautical look, and I think it's really similar to the feeling of outfit number one. And I'm also very excited because this skirt is something that I have been looking for over and over again and not being able to find it. So I'm super pleased that I was able to make it myself. Outfit number two had that coral tunic and then the jeans. And what I really liked was the inspiration on the mannequin that had the belt and the hat as well. So that is something that I want to incorporate, just wasn't something I was able to take into the fitting room. What I particularly enjoyed about that outfit was the color on the tunic, and I also really loved the short puff sleeve and kind of the wider kind of square neckline. Then the pants, I really didn't care for that particular style of jeans on myself. I do have some barrel jeans. They're not quite as voluminous and exaggerated as the ones I tried on at Free People. They were just the only ones the only pair of jeans in the department that were in my size, so that's kind of what I had available to me. But what I liked was having a denim bottom. So I did enjoy actually on the mannequin, the shorts that were there, they had the raw fringe edge. So that's something that I want to incorporate into my denim that I select for my inspiration outfit. Now for the top, I have a top that I got at a consignment shop, and it is this Free People tunic. I do need to steam this before I try it on, but I know that this one has an embroidery on here, but it has that very similar short puff sleeve, has a similar neckline, and I do like that it is a longer length. So if I do belt it, which is a new idea that I would wear with a shirt like this, so I'm excited about that. And then for some jeans, I'm going to pull these American Eagle wide leg jeans. They have the raw edge here that I think goes with the overall theme that I really enjoyed. These I got at a consignment shop as well. And then for a belt, I'm going to select this wrap belt. This one doesn't have the braided style that was in the inspiration for the mannequin that had that on, but it still gives that wrap leather style of belt. And I'm really intrigued to see what this is going to look like with that top. And then for the hat, they had this woven straw cowboy hat, which I have one of those. I am not quite sure if this particular style is going to go with this embroidered top. If it does not, because I do want to try it on with it, I have some other cowboy style hats that I think may go with this look just perfectly. So let's go ahead and try this on and go from there. Okay, I am actually really liking this. I really wasn't sure how this hat would translate with the rest of it. And now that I have it all together, I think it looks great. I really love the addition of the belt with this top. I've had this top for quite some time, and there's been several times I've really struggled with how to style it, but loving it with this belt. I feel like it's given me a whole new life to this combination. So now let's go ahead and finish styling off this look. I did not have too far to go to complete with styling this outfit. I just added some booties. I have some open toe booties here from Lucky Brand that I thrifted. And then I have this really cool Kaleem bag that I thrifted as well. And then I have this leather cuff with the floral on there. I think it looks really good with the florals here on the top. And this is outfit number 2. Really, really like this one. I feel like this has given me so much inspiration for pieces that I already have and I've had for a while. Look number 3 had that blue tiered tunic with the floral print and the orange ties and trim on it, along with the barrel jeans. Again, not too crazy about that barrel shape on those jeans with that top, but that's the top that I'm actually still thinking about. If that one goes on even deeper discount in the future and they're still available, I may snag that one up. But I do have a piece that I have in mind for my inspiration look. It is a blue floral top that actually is a Free People piece. This is a kind of a different floral than that one. I know that one had a little bit of color infused with it, but I do love that it has at least one tier, has a very similar shape to it. And I do want to incorporate some orange into this. I even kind of thought about like putting some bows down the front, maybe doing a little bit of DIY, but I didn't really have any supplies that went in that vein. So I decided to incorporate that orange through a necklace. And I have this anthropology one. It is a ladder necklace that I got on Poshmark that has little orange beads in it. And I think this will definitely add that feeling to that outfit. It's not quite as pronounced as that shirt. And I can still kind of say that was my favorite part about it. But I think I am going to enjoy this. And since in the inspiration outfits, I used the same pair of jeans in outfit number 2 and 3, I decided to do the same with these interpretation outfits. Just absolutely love these American Eagle jeans. So let's try on outfit number 3. This is definitely a very cute look. I have not ever paired these 3 items together before, and so I'm ready to finish styling this one off as well. All right, now I am really excited about this outfit. I wasn't sure about it when I just tried on the 3 pieces together, but now that I've styled this up, I really like this. It has the overall feeling, which was that kind of cutesy, cottagey, really feminine outfit, that whole vibe that went along with that top, especially. I'm still enamored with that top, as you may know. But what I did was go ahead and introduce these little platform espadrilles. They have the orange leather ties. So I did cuff the jeans to be able to show off that tie element on that, bring that orange in just a little bit more. And then for a handbag, I have this really cute floral bag. This is an Anthropologie piece that I got on Poshmark. And I think that this really helps with that element of that floral that looks like a needlepoint on the Free People shirt that I really, really liked, that wasn't quite introduced into this floral. I really think that this adds that feeling of that, adds a little bit more color of which that top had. And I really love the entire look together. Super duper cute. And those are all 3 of my recreated outfits. I really loved how these turned out. These are 3 great looks that I definitely would not have put together had it not been for me going to the retail store. And this is not to say who did it better, because truly what this is all about is for me trying to inspire you to look at what is in your closet and kind of think outside of the way that you have been styling things. And you don't even necessarily need to go in store. There are so many places that you can look at online, at retail websites. You can look at social media on Pinterest. There's so many ways to find fun and new exciting ways to put together things that you have may not thought of with items that you already have for $0. If I had purchased everything at Free People that day, I would have spent $510 on those 5 items. I have to admit, I'm still tempted by that one blue top. But I am still extremely satisfied with the 3 outfits that I put together. I hope that y'all enjoyed this, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have not yet subscribed, I'd love to have you here and be a part of our secondhand and thrifted family. Thank you so much for following along today, and I'll see you in my next one.